Coming up on World's Greenest Homes. We're off to Chicago for a revealing look inside a revealing green home.
You can't come down in your underwear, or at least you gotta make sure it's clean.
Then it's off to the West Coast where a house is simply radiating.
It's getting a little toasty, as a matter of fact.
Then in Boston, we got more than we bargained for.
This is a workout. This is our little Stairmaster.
Little Stairmaster? Join us as we visit the world's greenest and most extraordinary homes on the planet. Magnificent Chicago is a mecca for sports fans, blues lovers, and a showcase for some of the greatest architecture in the world. Whether you're downtown or the suburbs, Chicago architects are known for their fresh, inventive approaches to green living. Around the corner from historic Wrigley Field, in a classic Chicago neighborhood, stands a modern new home that uses simple ideas to build green smart, not green trendy. This home was completely transformed in 2007 and was a dream come true for architect and homeowner Brad Lynch.
It's always been my dream to have a house designed for myself, by myself.
He said, sit back, I'm gonna build a house. I thought, this is what he does for a living. It's gonna be better than I can even imagine. And I love it.
Brad, his wife Karen, and their 2 kids, that's them right there, knew it was time for a change. Brad, how are you? Karen, did I really need the doorbell? Didn't you see me coming with the big glass windows?
We did. So come on in, John. This is the main level, and this is where we saw you coming.
Clearly, you see everybody coming in this place.
Yeah, absolutely. It becomes very public space when you have the blind open. It really becomes like an open front porch to our main floor. Well, this is the floor that we spend the most time on. When guests come over, they hang out on all of our meals, and family conversations usually take place at the island there. So it's the main focus.
What about the eco-friendly benefits and just in terms of being able to use the natural light?
Well, it's oriented at east-west, and we use the large amount of glazing for passive solar gain. So we operate the blinds in such a way that we maximize the sun that's coming in. The large windows and the natural light and the passive solar play in holistically to the way the house is designed. It's actually an energy savings of about 75% compared to the house that we lived in before.
The custom cabinets are everywhere and a smart change from traditional walls.
They're wide enough to incorporate powder room, bookcases, appliances, and storage. It's made out of a material called reconstituted white oak.
You've got the tight grain then.
Right, so it's very environmentally sound as well.
Okay, no question, the longest island I have ever seen. How long?
20 feet. I only wanted one object in the space, in terms of a fixed object, and I wanted the dining and the function of the kitchen to happen at the island.
Why so big?
A couple of reasons. I love to cook, and I need at least 10 feet of counter space, which is where the sink is.
Right.
And then the dictator in me said that you should only have 8 people for dinner, because as soon as you get over 8, you lose the conversation.
So you never have any more than 8 people for dinner?
Never any more than 8. That's the drawing line. People say, I'd like to bring a friend. No, you
No.
can't. It has to be 8.
I bet you, back in the old bungalow, you didn't have stainless steel.
No, absolutely not.
Why choose that material?
It's actually very functional. It's easy to clean. I like the way that we can match the appliance faces to it. So in this space where we're trying to make everything disappear, all the faces of the appliances and the cabinet doors all match that in terms of material type.
And speaking of length, what about this light? Did you design the length of the island first and then try to source out the light?
We first did the island, and then we tried to find a fixture that would be 20 feet long. And so we found this manufacturer that would do a custom fixture for us. Up here, this is the front door, the guest entrance, where we welcomed you in before. And here we have a landing made out of a stainless steel grate. Underneath it is a drain. So in the wintertime when you come in with wet shoes, it all melts and drips down into that drain.
That's a great feature though. I mean, it's so practical. You plop your boots here and you don't have to worry about anything. You don't need tile or anything like that.
Exactly. As you can see, the stairs have open risers to them, and the stairs are open all the way through all 3 levels.
This is smart, and we're seeing it more and more. The staircase acts as a chimney stack that lets the warm air rise in winter and vent out through the upstairs windows in summer.
So here we are in the master bedroom, and as you can see, the millwork continues in here, returns, and it becomes the headboard for our bed here.
All by design.
All by design. My favorite detail is this little tray comes out, so once you're in the bed, you can pull it out and set up there.
One thing I notice, a number of pieces on that wall, yet it's not hanging the traditional way. Just tell me about the design there.
We wanted to have a mix of both artwork and the family pictures, and the best way we thought to handle it is also make it flexible. So the rails are designed so that we can mix and match and switch things out.
Chicago has very hard winters, so it's somewhat surprising the entire home is heated by the radiant floors on the lower level.
The radiant heat gently rises through the space. We can rely on this as the heat source through the house.
Which is pretty amazing because we're a long way from your third floor.
That's correct.
Brad wanted his rebuilt home to blend into the neighborhood, and even though it has an ultra-modern look, it does.
If you look at the scale and the size of the thing and looking up and down the street, it's actually placed, and its volume and its height is in context to these other buildings. All the materials that we've used, obviously steel, the glass, the brick, the limestone, are all substantial materials that'll last a very long time without any kind of major maintenance being done to them.
What's it like to live in a glass box?
Well, you can't come down in your underwear, or at least you got to make sure it's clean when you do come down.
Brad designed the courtyard level to be cool, literally. I feel cooler down here. Is that fair to say?
You look good, too.
Yeah, thanks. You're pretty good. But it's almost like you've got the basement effect, because basements are generally cooler, and you've got that outside.
We used a lot of concrete and have the high walls because we want to, again, use the thermal mass. There's a certain amount of coolness that we get from that.
The perforated zinc panel staircase may be a bit unusual, but it looks good and adds shade and privacy to the courtyard.
In the summertime, it cuts down on the strength of the southern light coming into this area, thereby reducing heat. The second thing is that there's a large apartment building 2 doors down from here, and that screens their view.
You can't even see it.
From looking at it.
And that was the whole design.
The idea was that we'd actually bring the courtyard space into the house, and therefore not have it feel like you're down in the basement, but just another living level of the house.
Brad needed more room for his growing family, and in the process, created a one-of-a-kind green and very comfortable home. A big beach with a major surfing culture. It's only natural that Santa Monica is more than enthusiastic about the environment. A short walk away from the shoreline, and this city quickly reveals a huge passion for living green. Santa Monica is only 15 miles from the heart of LA, but it feels like it's a world away. This home was built on a very steep hill in 2006, and looking down, you've gotta love the views. This gives new meaning to the term split level, with 4 very large floors. On the first is the living and dining areas, and the smart-looking eco kitchen. On the second is the zen-like master bedroom and bath. And the roof is filled with solar panels.
I think the more we connect with nature within our own yards or patio or deck, the more we can appreciate nature and the more it becomes part of our life and something that we cherish.
It's a great philosophy, and one architect Jesse Bornstein and his wife Sean both share.
The sense of calm and peacefulness, I think, comes not just from the design and the space and the quality of light, but also the fact that we know that we have a pretty modest carbon footprint.
This home is really comfortable, beginning on the lower level with a relaxing family room overlooking a solar-heated lap pool.
Anytime kids come over, most likely they'll be in the water. Often this floor is wet from kids running around, but we purposely put concrete on this level because we knew there would be water issues.
The huge clear glass panels slide seamlessly into concealed pocket doors.
Other features that bring the outside in and vice versa, we've introduced galvalume metal paneling up on our ceiling here, and that extends over the pool as well.
Galvalume is a type of sheet metal made with 15 to 20% recycled content.
One of the things I really love about this is the way the light fixtures are placed. It's random, so it gives you that starlight effect.
After drying off the water issues, it's time to go upstairs to a great space.
Daylighting basically eliminates the need for any lights on in the living space throughout the day. And we also have a wonderful ocean breeze that we take advantage of with this big sliding door panels. And so we really have this classic modern California lifestyle. The Machichi hardwood floor is 100% sustainably harvested.
That's our main piece of the living room. That's our beloved grand piano.
The kids are very active pianists, so it's great to have this as really a central feature of our living space. The design is all about creating a comfortable environment for us to live in, and also as a place for us to entertain and have friends over.
Welcome to our kitchen. Probably spend most of our time here. The guests will hang out at the counter while I'm cooking. It's very interactive.
All of our cabinetry, all of our built-ins are made of plywood.
Green builders really like plywood. It's made of 100% bamboo, has no fillers, no added formaldehyde, and low VOC off-gassing.
This is quite special because its core is bamboo as well as the veneer. All of our appliances are all Energy Star, water saving as well as electricity energy saving. But I love this kitchen because it is so open to the house and it's really so much a part of our lives.
Outside, they're the first on their block with a driveway made from broken concrete and grass. But why? Well, it catches the rain and filters it before it goes into the water table.
Here we are at the master suite.
We think of this space as a sanctuary within our sanctuary of our larger home. We have a large window that slides all the way open to all the greenery in the backyard. And we also have this window over on the other side for cross ventilation.
Along with the bedroom, we have a little sitting area to the side. That's our quiet room. That's where most of our books are. And there's no electronic device whatsoever.
From a design standpoint, we've really looked at the sun throughout the day and how it would imbue the bathroom space with morning light. The materials we've selected enhance that inside-out feeling. So we have the natural bamboo cabinetry. We have the stone granite counters with these sort of bolder patterns in them. We have other green tones in Nature Beyond.
It's not surprising that they installed a low-flow shower head, but what I didn't expect was the radiant floor heating to reach all around the bathtub. Cool.
So your tush don't get cold in the
It is
morning.
getting a little toasty, as a matter of fact.
We're now at the very top of our house on the roof deck with a great panoramic view of the city, mountains, and ocean.
So we have here a PV system, photovoltaic system, which provides about 70% of our electricity needs. And we have our solar thermal system, which provides heat for our domestic tap water, as well as heat for our hydronic radiant floor heating. And thirdly, we have another set of panels that heat our pool.
What we strive for is creating a sense of home, but also a sense of peaceful tranquility, really. This is our haven, away from all the other things that happen in our daily lives.
Historic Boston, one of the oldest cities in America, and is not only the cultural and economic hub of New England, it's home of the Big Dig, a 20-year redevelopment project that built the main highway underground and covered it with green space. The well-known South End is just minutes from downtown. This is where a former store, long since closed and falling apart, was given a new life when transformed into a quaint, no, make that cozy, 2,000 square foot family home. It's here in the heart of downtown Boston that a renovation nightmare became a contemporary eco dream.
We had no idea what we were getting into. we discovered that there were some structural issues with the house that necessitated us doing a much larger renovation than we had ever anticipated. But at that point, you can't stop.
With the reconstruction nightmare behind them, Fritz Kleika, his wife Susan, and their daughter Ava now have their dream home. Susan, how are you?
Good job.
Good to see you. Fritz, how you doing?
Hey, how's it going?
It's so gorgeous out. We gotta stay outside right
Sounds
now. We gotta
good.
talk about the
Great.
house out here. What was this house built for? What was the purpose back then?
Well, originally it was kind of what we're doing today. There's a small store and the owner's living above it. In a way, we're kind of bringing it back to its original purpose from 150 years ago.
The office for both of you?
It's for both of us,
yes.
It's great having the office on the main floor. Like, you really are separate from your living space.
Right, and when you think about this vertical house, the ground floor is really very active. You hear the cars go by and the people walking by on their cell phones.
And we can't imagine if you didn't have it as an office, what would this be down here? Because people can kind of see in and it's very public.
Do you think having a home office has afforded you a greener lifestyle?
Well, definitely. We don't have the commute, so no car. Our commute is from upstairs to downstairs, and we save a lot of time in that. So you can do more things as a result of not spending the time commuting.
Man, this staircase isn't for someone with vertigo. Okay, it's easy walking up, but what about getting stuff up? I mean, how'd you get that couch up here?
Well, it was a little challenging. At that time, the railings were not in, so it was okay. It gave us a little more space to maneuver the corners, but yeah, it is difficult.
I noticed that this is the original staircase. Is this the only thing that remains from the old place?
The stairs are the most significant thing.
I mean, this whole place really was pretty close to an entire gut job, wasn't it?
It really
Yes, yeah. Completely gutted, but it was a gut check for us,
Yeah.
just like
A gut check, what, in the wallet, in the heart, the head, I mean, everywhere?
All of the above.
Yeah.
So we really wanted it to be wide open, so while we're cooking, we can still be part of the action over here.
You know the old saying, how you have a party, everyone goes to the kitchen anyway?
Absolutely.
Like, well, let's design the whole floor around that.
And they did, choosing white marble countertops and a stainless steel bar. Under that are clear plastic bar stools.
We selected Energy Star appliances, so those run more efficiently, and also there's a tax savings associated with that, so that was a great incentive as well.
The mix of sustainable wood on whitewashed walls and the dark stained floors really makes a statement.
In this case, it's a white ash, which is a nice hardwood.
We sourced it from an organization that goes in and prunes forests to manage fire issues and just to kind of help forests grow. Sometimes you need to take some of the trees out.
This is really thinking outside the box. They replaced the insides of a 1940s console with a new TV. So this is an original design. Like, you came up with this idea. It's like ingenious.
Yeah, we
Taking someone else's
reused it.
garbage and...
A little bit of recycling, yes.
Right. You know, new TVs are just made out of plastic, and the old TVs were like pieces of furniture. They were made out of solid wood. We're going to head up to the 3rd floor and look at Ava's bedroom and the family room.
Okay. Tell me about the process in terms of designing a house that's stacked very tall.
We really had to think through what every floor's purpose was. And on this particular floor, the purpose was really to hang out in a comfortable family room and also a place for my daughter to have her bedroom. I'd have to say my favorite room is Ava's room. I love how it's a little different than every other room in the house. There's more color and it's a little more childlike.
The hustle and bustle is outside. It's busy, and you essentially designed a space where you're trying to get away from that. Is that the way your thinking was?
Right. Oftentimes in old cities, people like exposed brick. And we said to the architect, all you have to do is look everywhere around Boston. All you see is red brick. So we said, you know, we just want to, there's the outside and the hustle and bustle, but in here we just wanted to make it bright and comfortable, and my feeling of what a boutique hotel would be. That's really what I envisioned for the inside.
This is interesting. They used recycled translucent panels to close off the family room.
It was just a really nice way to close the room up when we have guests or you want some extra privacy, but not keep it closed all the time so the natural light can come into the room and it makes a really nice open space.
Fair to say the most calming and soothing part of this house is on the 4th floor?
Come on up and I'll show you.
No wonder you guys are so fit. I mean, this is a workout.
This is our little Stairmaster.
Is it hot here in the summer? You have no AC in the house. How are you controlling the heat and the humidity?
Kind of a nice green feature was this whole house fan right here. These stairs that we just climbed form this kind of chimney effect. When you turn on the whole house fan, it kind of sucks the hot air up, and this totally works on all but the hottest days.
It's nice because you're so high up here. We're 4 stories up and you're above the trees, so it really gives a nice vista out the windows.
Are these high-efficiency windows?
Yeah, they're double pane insulated windows.
We actually had to replace the windows. They were old, but while we were doing that, we thought it was a great opportunity to put a row of windows to really bring in a lot of light and make that look consistent. It was a little difficult though because we had to get landmark approval because it was an exterior change to the building, so that proved to be challenging.
But well worth it though, obviously.
It really was. It's a better look and definitely a better view.
Each floor is about 400 square feet. You had to be very clever in your design per floor.
In this, 400 odd square feet, we have a laundry room, a bedroom, 2 closets, a shower, double sinks. It's all kind of fit in like a little puzzle. When we first bought it, we thought it would be kind of, taking out a wall here and there, refinishing the floors, new painting, little, touch-ups. We had no idea what we were getting into.
We're definitely urban livers. We like the diversity of the neighborhood. We like just to be in the middle of the city and taking advantage of all the wonderful things it has to offer.
Yeah.
I think it's just the way we live our lives. We try to be conscious of the environment.
It's the absolute best of urban living, part of the action, and doing their part to save the environment. They're reviving history, thinking locally, and getting rid of the car.
Dimmable fluorescents that are built into the millwork.
Okay.
And that's how I read at night.
And what's this? Hallway, bedroom, bookshelf, lay light. What's lay light, exterior? I mean, you controlling the whole house from here?
I can control most of it, yes.
Really?
And then, this is rockets. Did you see that?
Yes. Are you really going to push that? Am I going to be ejected or get rid of hosts button?